Hi everybody, it's Pastor Mark Ward again at Grace Lutheran, here with this week's installment of the read through the book of Acts here at Grace Lutheran. I hope as you continue reading along with us that you can see and maybe reflect a little bit more carefully than usual on how God continues to work through the lives of His people all through the Christian era. It happened way back then in the time of the Acts of the Apostles, and it happens still today. Now, in this week's reading, we get to see the very first missionary journey launch and how God uses Paul and others to really start traveling with the good news, far beyond where it had ever been before. The missionary journeys, and there are 3 of them that are outlined in the rest of the book, they all have God's people at heart. And along the way, there are so many amazing episodes of what happens to them and what they end up doing. And through it all, it's the Holy Spirit really at work in them and through them, bringing the good news of Jesus to people who might not have otherwise heard it. It makes me wonder, in our lives, yours and mine, who are the people that God has appointed for us to bring good news to? I know that a lot of times we think pastors and other church workers are the ones to do the job, and it's true. That is our work, those of us who are called into ministry. But the fact remains that God uses all kinds of people, not just to support those of us in full-time ministry, but to speak His word to others, to bring it to them, wherever they might be. I kind of think in this 21st century context we have all around us, there are some opportunities you might have that in fact people like me don't have. Because, well, as a consequence of a bad rap that the church has gotten in recent years, sometimes people have such a negative view of the church or have distanced themselves from church for whatever reasons that they might actually be able to hear better from a coworker or a next door neighbor or maybe a family member or someone in a group, some kind of activity or shared interest group. By hearing and talking with someone there, they might be more open or just a little less resistant to hearing the good news of Jesus than if a professional church worker, a pastor, or other person in full-time ministry would have that same kind of conversation. You know, it wouldn't have been that way 50 years ago, but it is that way now. Things have changed. And I've said this before, and I'll probably keep saying it. It is a great time to be the church, but the church is all of us. It is not and never has been just those in full-time ministry. It's every one of God's people. So remember that, think about that, pray about that as you carry on your life, as you have conversations with people where you live and work and play. And remember always that it's about Jesus, about what He came to do, how He fulfilled God's mission, the kingdom that He brought and continues to bring by the power of His Spirit. Until next time, God bless and take care.